Welcome to Drive Names and Where to Save. When you work in the Hudson School District, you will be set up with your own computer account. Logging into a computer at school with this account will give you access to various places to save and retrieve resources. These storage spaces are called drives because they are found on the drives of different computers and servers. This video will explain where you should and should not save things. First, I want to talk about your desktop space. The desktop screen is for saving shortcuts so you can easily access resources, but please do not save files directly on the desktop. These are not backed up and will be lost if your hard drive crashes. If you have any icons on your desktop that do not have a little arrow in the corner of them, that means it is not a shortcut, it's an actual file. You'll want to be sure you have it saved somewhere else too. The C drive, or My Computer, or this PC, is the hard drive of the computer you are logging in on. We do not encourage you to save anything to this drive either, unless you have to, because the information here is not backed up unless you do it yourself. The D drive is typically going to be a DVD, CD, or USB drive on your computer. Here you can save to these removable disks if you want to. You won't have a G drive, but this is the letter designating students' personal drives. This is the location reserved on the servers for all student work. You won't have a G drive, but you will be able to access student work by going to your Y drive. This will allow you to open up any of your students' files and comment as needed. Your personal storage space is the H drive. You are the only one who has access to the items saved here outside of ITS. This is your primary storage location. Try to use folders and a naming structure to keep all of your items organized so they are easy to find. When you save something to your H drive, a copy of it is also saved on the hard drive. This allows you to access these files when you take your computer off-site or home. When you bring the computer back to school and it is connected back to the network, the drive will synchronize, saving the most recent version of your document. The I drive will have a folder on it for every teacher. This is where you can save files for substitutes or guest teachers to use. And you'll notice I do not have all these drives because I am not a teacher myself, so only teachers will see that I drive. The L drive is where building lab software is located. This is not a storage space for staff, so please do not save to this drive. This allows you to run programs that you can have access to through the Start menu. The N drive is reserved for members of the administrative leadership team so that they can share documents. The Q drive is where you can set up a shared space for students to share files. This isn't used as much anymore with the use of Google Apps and Microsoft 365, but it is still available for use. The S drive is where teachers can save and share curriculum resources. This is where you should save copies of your lessons and other resources you want to share with either your grade level team or your department. For instance, our department, the ITS department, has its own S drive. So high school social studies, middle school math, 5th grade will all have their own S drives, a shared space to save. The T drive is your building drive. Only those working in your building will have access to these files. And the U drive is the district shared drive. This drive holds resources that any staff member in the district can access. Please be careful not to save confidential information to the T or U drive, as any staff member can access this information. Also, please do not save files to these two drives unless the information is needed by other staff. In other words, these are not areas for personal files. Please feel free to contact the ITS department if you ever have questions about where to save your data.